I don't know if. Well, I could tell you in the phonetic alphabet. You'd
Yeah.
probably get it. He got hurt. Like he got out and got like paralyzed. I think he's walking again now.
Oh, got paralyzed after he got out.
After he got out, yeah,
Yeah, dirt bike accident. I know who you're talking
yeah,
about.
that guy. Okay, he
Yeah.
was in the track, I believe. But
Yeah, he was. I got a lot of stories involving him too. Like
yeah, he was a good guy. I liked
this
him.
this one where I shot this truck. So he fired a warning shot at this car with his 50 cal, and he hit the front bumper. This thing was like 100 yards in front of us, and he fires a
Yeah,
warning shot, boom, and hits the bumper of the car. And that situation, it went south pretty quick. But
right.
the passenger walked away. So yeah. Anyway,
Well, that guy, yeah.
see, I don't know if I want to. No, that was a different guy. This was a car. It wasn't the pickup.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. No, I did tell that story on TikTok about the pickup. Um,
Yeah, I know you did. I watched it.
and then
I remember that.
but the car. No, I mean at the time the rules of engagement were what they were. You fire a warning shot if they keep pushing forward. You take them out. He fired a warning shot,
Right.
and then the car stopped, and then it started creeping forward, and so he put 350 cal rounds in the driver's face. Um,
That does trick every time. I don't see nothing wrong with that.
yeah, the passenger jumped out and started, waving around this huge white piece of cloth. I'm like, why didn't you do that before you started creeping forward? Like, why didn't you?
Because they had other plans, I'm sure.
Why didn't you turn around? Um, and then right behind it, at the same time, I started shooting at this truck, and my crewman, he was a reservist guy. You remember him? Um,
Yeah, I do.
okay.
We were
So,
all talking about him all the time.
oh man, we'll get into that later. But
Right. Okay. Anyway.
he was a reservist, and as reservists
Mhm.
do, they tend to question everything, and they tend to just do whatever they want all the
No.
time.
Yeah.
Well,
Hmm.
at least mine did. And so that just a little bit of shade to reservists. We love you guys, no matter what. Um, anyway, so I fired a shot at this truck. It was a big, like a 3-ton army truck, and
Hmm.
normally you'd fire with your 50 to range it. Well, I'm like, nah, that looks like it's about 600 yards. We'll see how it goes. So I fired a round, and I'm watching through my sight, and the grenade goes through the windshield and lands basically in the passenger's lap. Right? Boom. Now remember, these things have a 5 meter kill radius, right? The driver
Yeah.
sitting right next to him jumps out of the truck and runs off to the side of the road. Um, at the same time, so my crewman, while all of this is going on, he's screaming at me over the comm. He's saying, "Hey, the car's in front of us. The car's in front of us. Shift your fire down." And I'm like, "I'm not shooting at the car." And he apparently
Yeah. I
still
know.
thought I was shooting at the car, and he just kept screaming. Finally, I just told him to shut up, not in so nice terms, and disconnected my comm helmet.
Right.
And I just
Good.
unloaded
Yeah.
on that truck. And I mean, it was just raining grenades on it, basically. And then after I stopped firing, I was watching. There was no movement, nothing happened. And then the driver ran back over to the truck, ran to the back of it, looked in the back, was like freaking out, and I started firing again, and he ran off the side of the road, and I chased him. I don't know if I got him or not, and I don't know that it really matters at this point, but
No.
yeah, that was one of the few times that I actually fired my weapon, because honestly, even though we were the tip of the spear, I didn't shoot a whole lot. I didn't really
Right.
have to. I mean, there was a lot of shooting going on, but I didn't do most of it. So that's part of the reason why when I hear all these Rambo stories, like, it just gets under my skin because I'm like, no, you didn't. No, you didn't. Stop making stuff up.
Right.
Like we were the tip of the spear going into an invasion and didn't do any real Rambo stuff, except for that one staff sergeant of ours who went in double fisting pistols, kicking down doors. That was pretty awesome.
Oh yeah.
Casanova.
Yeah, I know who you're talking about right away.
You know, I wanted to tell the Hitman story too.
Hitman story.
You remember that? Casanova, I'm hit.
Oh yeah, I do now that you said that. Yeah. Yeah.
You know, when he said that, I thought we were all gonna die. I thought we were done. I'm like, oh man, like this is all going to hell in a handbasket quick.
So,
Oh yeah, yeah,
I'm hit. Yeah. Didn't he say that over the radio?
yeah. He said it over the radio after I just got done
I
calling
was
in.
on the comm at the time. I'm like, oh shit.
Yeah, I had just got done calling in our our wounded and the medevac and KIAs and all that,
Yeah.
and then we're still taking artillery, and I hear him come over the net. Casanova, I'm hit, and I'm like, oh man, like this is going bad
Right.
really fast because everybody's taking artillery all down the whole shoreline,
Right. Down the line.
and we got RPGs flying at us, and they're shooting at us from. You could see them, the Republican Guard guys, run out on the riverbank and shoot at us, and they'd get just mowed down, and another one would pop out, and
Yeah, they're like Jack in the Boxes.
right, just crank the handle, and another one pops out,
Yeah.
and I hear that, I'm like, oh man, like we ain't gonna make it out of this fight, but yeah, we fared a lot better than I thought we were at the time, you know.
Right.
But yeah, and then it, turned out he just had a little piece of shrapnel in his arm.
Yeah, it just grazed him, didn't it?
Well, what happened was it from what I saw, like what he showed me afterwards, because we were all standing around smoking after we took the bridge, and
Yeah.
he's like, "Oh, I got hit," and he's got blood on his camis, and we're like,
Right.
"Let us see it, let us see it," and he pulls it off, and he pulls off his bandage. He's got this big old bandage on it. He pulls his bandage off, and what had happened was like a little piece of shrapnel went through his camis and stuck in his arm, and then it was hot, so he
Yeah.
like brushed it, and it came out, and then burned him a couple of times,
Okay.
and so it didn't like penetrate deeply, from what I understand.
Oh, so it was like a puncture, so it bled a lot. It just
It didn't even bleed a
nothing.
lot. It was like getting stabbed with a pencil.
Oh, okay.
It was
Yeah,
like
but if
a,
you stab somebody with a pencil in the face, they're gonna bleed a lot.
but it was like a pencil lead, maybe that big, right? And it just stuck like part way in, and so it didn't bleed even a lot. I mean, I've had cuts on
bled a little bit, but no.
I've had paper cuts that bled more,
Okay.
He ended up getting a Purple Heart out of it, but I was like, man, we're
Yeah, he
like
did.
at that point we had just had several wounded, several that didn't make it, and
Yeah.
I was standing there watching all this happen, and I'm like, man, this is bad.